Hello everyone. So we started with the part of sampling. As we have discussed, sampling means a process of taking out something out of universe to perform your experiment or the testing. We have discussed two methods over there. We have discussed the random sampling method and even we have discussed the cluster method. Now in this lecture we will discuss some other methods of the sampling. We will start with the multi-stage sampling method. Okay. So multi-stage and subsampling method. In this method, sample is done in two or more stages. At each stage, a sampling unit is a cluster of a sampling unit of the subsequent stage. First, a sample of the first stage sampling is drawn. Then from the first stage sample, the second stage sample is drawn. The process is continued till final sampling unit is drawn. Random sampling method is adopted at each cluster forming stage. Since it is consisting of recurring process, cost estimation is complicated. Sub-stage sampling means drawing samples from the clusters. So I will explain it in simple words. When the universe is big enough, what we do is that we take out some samples out of it. We select some of the testing units out of it. From that selected part, you again take out some of the sets. You again carry out the process of sampling. And from that sample, you can again take some of the samples. In simple words, we can say normally we at the time of competition we say best out of best. So we keep on choosing the samples from the previous sample group. So this is a recurring process and this method is called as multi-stage sampling. Now to what extent you can create the labels for multi-stage sampling depends upon what is the purpose of your research work. So if particular geographical region is considered, then from that maybe some country, from that country you will concentrate on some sub portion of that country. From that sub portion of country, then you will concentrate on the particular gender, maybe male or female. From male and female, then you will consider some stage by creating some stage maybe related to the age, and then you will take out some of the samples out of it. Again, samples means the persons or a firm or a group over which you want to test your hypothesis. Random sampling with the probability proportion to size. Fourth method is random sampling with probability proportion to its size. It is the process of selecting clusters with probability proportion to the size. If primary cluster has twice large size, then it gives twice the chance of selection. Benefit is even if the cluster size is not same, the sample is drawn in proportion. Since it is dependent upon the size of cluster, thus it is not useful if the size of cluster is not known. So when you want to take out the samples, suppose you have created the 4 clusters and out of these 4 clusters you want to take out the samples. From each cluster you have taken 4 samples. So at this time what you did is that you ignored the size of cluster. Some cluster may be of big size and you have taken only 4 samples, whereas from a cluster may be of 6, you have taken 4 samples. So the probability of selection differs, and to avoid this part, we fix up the probability of selection also. If the cluster size is big, then the probability of selection number also increases. If the cluster size is small, then the probability and the proportion for consideration also changes. So this is the another method in which you do the selection but on the basis of proportion. There are various more methods that are called as double sampling, sample out of sample, replicate sampling, finding of similar type, you create the similar type of samples and then you carry out your research work, non-probability sampling, that one of the example is merit based. Over there you don't follow the rule of probability. Accidental sampling, to select any student in a class, a type of example. That means a type of random sampling. Accidentally you have selected someone for your experimental test. Purposive sampling, when there is very clear intention that you want to study about something. If you are having very clear concept, you will concentrate on that part only. Suppose something is related to demography and you want to study the mental behavior of the people after the age of 90. So of course the sampling process will consist of the samples whose age group is above 90. So this is a purposive sampling. Quota sampling. The quota sampling depends upon the sex. It can be dependent upon age. It can be dependent upon the social class. So these are the various other methods of the sampling. So what we have discussed till now is that after finalizing the method of your research design, you need to start your experimentation work. To start your experimentation work, you cannot perform the experiment on everything and anything. For that, you need to select some of the units. This unit, which is taken from the universe, means a broader group, is known as sampling. How to take the sample out of the complete form? We have learned various methods: random method, proportionate method, cluster sampling, two-stage sampling, then stratified sampling, double-stage sampling. So we have discussed various methods of sampling. So now we are ready with the sampling sets over which you can perform your experiments, you can test your hypothesis. So the further step will be related to the development after selecting the sampling, and we will stop over here for this lecture. Thank you.